Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, in this video, I'm going to critique a film entitled IT from released in 2017. Then about the film. First is about the film. The film titled IT tells the story of a small town in America called Derry. IT, which was released in theater on September 8, 2017, is an adaptation of the novel by Stephen King and directed by Andy Muschietti. And now we'll talk about synopsis. This film takes place in a dairy. A strange phenomenon occurred in Derry with many residents missing, especially children. As Bill felt, Bill lost his sister named Georgie after playing paper boats near the school during a heavy rain. Georgie disappeared after talking to a clown named Pennywise. Several months later, a number of other children were missing. Then Bill and his friend form a group called the Loser. The Loser member consists of Richie, Eddie, Mike, Stanley, Ben, and their only daughter, Beverly, and also the only woman in this group. The Loser wanted to find out what really happened, and then they go on an adventure to find the cause of the many children who suddenly disappeared in Derry. One by one, the members experience terror, such as Stanley being chased by a female ghost from a painting in synagogue. Mike experiences hallucination that his parents are burning in the room. Then Ben is being chased by a mysterious creature in the basement of the public library. Beverly dreams of splattering blood on the bedroom of his house, and Eddie is chased by a zombie shaped tramp in front of an old haunted house. The same thing that happens in their nightmare is the appearance of a clown with fiery red hair. Beside the Pennywise clown, their enemy is a group of juvenile delinquents led by Henry Powers. Ben was beaten by the group and his stomach was slashed to form the letter H. Fortunately, Ben can escape. And then we're going to talk about the feel when you watch this movie. One thing you feel when you watch ID is that everything feels so natural. I feel it too. It doesn't feel like watching a movie, but like entering into his world. It is also able to combine elements of horror with humor well. The humor also builds up neatly and naturally, so you can just laugh when the tension is tense. And then we're going to talk about the jump scare regarding horror scenes. The jump scare scene in it's more accurately described as neat and planned than bombastic. You will find several jump scare scenes that are really annoying because they appear unexpectedly. For example, after a loving scene or sentimental drama scene, the horror element in it can prove the principle of quality is better than quantity. There are no cheap jump scare scenes. There are not many jump scare scenes, however, once it's out, it's really enough to make you scream until you're speechless because you're not strong enough to feel shocked or scared, even for those who don't have a phobia of clown. So this movie is so scary. Next is about the character. The sleek appearance of this child artist is balanced by the extraordinary acting of Bill Skarsgård as the clone Pennywise. Indeed, the figure of Pennywise appears more in the from CGI. However, this issue is not a problem because Skarsgård has succeeded in changing the comical image of the serial version of Pennywise played by Tim Curry, into Pennywise, which is scary and far from human. It's all thanks to Skarsgård, disturbing play of expression, sounds, and eyesight. So this is the last part, the conclusion. I think overall it actually can be played with other film adaptation of King novels, such as The Shining or The Mist. However, for the size of a horror film, it's it is able to bring you things that make it different from other horror films. All thanks to director Muschietti, who successfully translated the horror as well as King absurdity as a writer who has sky-high imagination, not to mention the sleek appearance of the cast that makes this film feel like it has an emotional bond with the audience. Okay, thank you. I think that's all the critical review for IT film 2017.